This is an urgent message to anyone who lives in Edgewood or who currently receives water service from Epcor. Without any notice to the public, we can only conclude that the mayor commissioned and paid for a preliminary engineering report from Wilson & Company Engineers and Architects, which is dated December 27, 2018. A copy of the report can be viewed using a link at the bottom of this video. Acting without authorization from the town's governing body, the mayor requested the report for the sole purpose of determining whether it was possible to seize the Epcor water system, converting it into a public utility company that would be owned and operated by the town of Edgewood. Considering the professional incentive to give the customer what they paid for, not to mention the possibility of future work that could result from their opinions, the engineers recommended that the town forcibly acquire or seize the Epcor water system through the power of eminent domain. The price tag for this hostile takeover is estimated to cost $14,500,000. The preliminary engineering report identifies approximately 2,720 connections for residential and commercial service through the end of 2017, and a total population of approximately 3,892 people in the local Edgewood community. Given these figures, the purchase price for the Epcor water system breaks down to approximately $5,330 for each current water customer, or $3,725 for every man, woman, and child that lives in this community. What does this mean for you if you live in Edgewood? Well, at a minimum, as a local taxpayer, you'll have to shoulder the burden of paying for a $14.5 million debt to purchase a water system that already exists. What does this mean for you if you currently get your water service from Epcor? It means that the future of your local water system will now be in the hands of constantly changing town administrations or career bureaucrats instead of the control of Epcor's capable professionals who make decisions based on real-world experience and financial considerations that dictate the actions of private businesses, including costs charged to their customers. Epcor's water rates are governed by the Public Regulation Commission for the state of New Mexico, and any rate increases must be approved through official process that includes public hearings. The town, on the other hand, will charge whatever rates are required to make the payments on the $14.5 million purchase price. It stands to reason that paying any amount of money to buy something you already have doesn't make much sense, let alone $14,500,000 for a water system that's already in the ground. Add to that the absolute certainty that future water rates charged by the town will be considerably higher than what you pay today. No level-headed person would support or entertain such a wasteful public purchase at the expense of John Q. taxpayer. What is the town doing exactly? Unfortunately, no one seems to know. In the spring of 2018, the town sent a letter to Epcor informing them of the town's intent to consider purchasing the water system by force if necessary. At a town council meeting on June 20th, 2018, 15 individuals stood up for the interests of this local community to oppose the town's plan to seize the Epcor water system after learning of the town's efforts to determine its value and the costs of acquisition. The meetings from that town council meeting also reflect that many people in attendance voiced concerns about the town's lack of transparency concerning this issue and others where official actions are taken by the town without notice to the public or identified as an action item in any agenda for the governing body. On July 7, 2018, the town held a public meeting to discuss the Epcor water system and the town sewer system. At that meeting, town officials were rebuked by local residents for their plan to seize the water system, as well as their failures to fix the problems with the sewer ordinance and the sewer treatment plant, which is currently under supervision by the New Mexico Environment Department for various violations of environmental laws identified in the town's wastewater discharge permit. In the fall of 2018, the town conducted a survey of local residents as part of its comprehensive plan review to determine if the town should develop its own water system. Unfortunately, the question in the survey was misleading because the town doesn't intend to develop any water system. Instead, they intend to steal the Epcor water system by condemnation through a legal process that will cost town citizens millions of dollars in legal fees in addition to the costs of acquisition. Moreover, the town's proposed purchase of an existing water company doesn't come with the prospect of any added benefits. Acting under the radar and without notice or disclosure of any official action in a town agenda or in the minutes of any town meeting, the mayor directed that a preliminary engineering report be completed without authorization from the town council. Despite a stated completion date of December 27, 2018, the engineer's report was not disclosed or made public until the February 6th town council meeting, when the town clerk presented the report to the town councilors under the agenda title, Matters from the Clerk. As a matter of transparency, how can anybody possibly claim that local residents are at fault for failing to inform themselves about important town business when a proposal to spend $14,500,000 to condemn Epcor's water system is hid from public view and discussion through nondescript and misleading agendas aimed at concealing town actions? Equally troubling are the mayor's comments and summaries about the contents of the preliminary engineering report, which clearly show that he, and he alone, had access to the 46-page document and its various exhibits well in advance of its first disclosure to the town councilors and the public. In my experience, rocks roll downhill, and in some cases, it doesn't take a hard shove to get them started. While it may not seem like much today, the mayor's clandestine actions to obtain this preliminary engineering report may be all that is needed to start the ball rolling for the town's seizure of the Epcor water system. I can imagine a town meeting that goes something like this. On the agenda tonight is an action to approve the engineering report that recommends the takeover of the Epcor water system. I'll entertain a motion. All in favor, say aye. That's really all it takes. What gets lost in the wash is the fact that the town is not qualified or equipped to manage a water system, a sewer system, or a host of other essential public functions. And in the case of the water system, it's already in the capable hands of Epcor. Let's not forget that the cost of this ill-advised takeover of the water system will be mortgaged with 70 years' worth of proposed loans, one with a term of 40 years, another with a term of 30, as well as increased customer service fees. Without a second opinion, through a second preliminary engineering report, neither the town councilors nor its residents will be able to contest or rebut the findings and opinions of professional engineers. It's clear that this document constitutes the town's doctrine about its intent with respect to the water system, and unrebutted, it will move forward as most government actions do. Thankfully, the town's decision to condemn the water system is not a technical question. It's a political one, and the outcome is clear. This is the worst idea yet. This is Adrian Terry, brought to you by Citizens for an Open and Responsible Edgewood.